Top 10 NFL Punters 10-1 2016 edition. Tress Way, age 27. Chris Jones, age 28. Jon Ryan, age 35. Bryan Anger, age 28. Ryan Allen, age 27. Sam Koch, age 35. Riley Dixon, age 23. Brad Wing, age 26. Number 10, Andy Lee, age 35. So Andy Lee, pretty good punter. Again, punters, we're going to talk about pretty shortly because we're doing a 10-1 list on this. This is going to be the shortest video, I think, out of all the positions that I always do, just because punters don't get talked about much. Punters, there's no need to really discuss much. It's just literally just how they do on one thing and one job. So punters and kickers will be pretty easy to do for the most part. Kickers a little bit more in depth, but punters not too bad. Again, this guy has been playing since 2004. Played 11 years for the 49ers, 1 year in Cleveland, and then was in Carolina. Right now, 2 years, $6.8 million for him. He only played 9 games, so he wasn't fully healthy, but it was pretty impressive. He had 36 punts for 1,769 yards. Longest one was 676. And his average was 49.1. So, overall, not bad. Didn't get to the playoffs. Hasn't been in the playoffs. Hasn't been in the playoffs for a very long time. But overall, not a bad punter. Definitely a possible Hall of Famer. Ray Guy opened the door for punters to be in the Hall of Fame, so I can definitely see him and Shane Lechler in the Hall of Fame very, very soon. So, but that's what we got. Number 10, Andy Lee. Number 9, Dustin Colquitt, age 32. So before I get into it, Andy Lee, actually a big reason is top 10 is I also had to look at inside the 20, like how many punts did they really get inside the 20. That's pretty impressive. And he had 18 for his 9 games that he played. So really not bad. Really, really not bad. And his average return on punts was 13.9. That's pretty good. Alright, now, Dustin Colquitt. Let's look at him. So, Dustin Colquitt, his contract as of right now is 1 year, $3.75 million. Again, the longtime Denver Bronco switched over to the Cleveland Browns, and that's pretty much his signing there. So we'll see how he does. I'm sure he'll do great, though. And Dustin Colquitt this year, 76 punts. 83 punts, 3,761 yards. 65 was long, average punt of 45.3. And he played in every game, 16. Didn't get to the playoffs at all. Didn't earn a Pro Bowl or anything. But his average is in the 20 pretty much. He had 38 kicks in the 20 and an average return punt yards of 5.2 yards. So really, really impressive, I would have to say. But, great punter. And, yeah, number 9. Number 8, Donnie Jones, age 37. So Donnie Jones, a guy that most people, not sure if anyone here that really pays attention to punters, but has been here since 2004. I got drafted by Seattle in the 7th round, and he's made a pretty good name for himself, pretty much making it a career out of it, even getting drafted after the 7th round. That's incredible. But anyway, he did shift, went from Seattle, then 2 years in Miami, then in St. Louis for 5 years, then Houston for 1 year, and now transitioned to being Eagle for the past 4 years. And I think that's where he's going to stay the rest of his days. So, yeah, pretty much you're looking at it this year. His contract, 3 years, $5.5 million. Not bad. This year he played all games, 63 punts for 2,888 yards, 72 is long, and an average of 45.2. And on top of that, he also had 21 in the 20 and average punt return yard of 8.1. So, not bad from him. Number 7, Matt Bosher, age 29, Atlanta Falcons punter. Pretty valuable guy. I mean, every punter is really valuable to their team. I think he just, like I said, he just brings another value to the Atlanta Falcons team, you know, and what they've brought. I don't think they're very ashamed to have Matt Bosher on their team. 6th-round pick that they drafted has, you know, pretty much developed into not a bad player. You're looking at 15 games he played. He punted 44 times for 2,060 yards. 68 is long, and an average punt of 46.8. So, like I said, he just got a kick, man. He can kick. You're looking at exactly in the playoffs. If you want to look at the playoffs, this past year, you're looking at he had pretty much 3 punts for 133 yards and 44.33 yards per average against Seattle. Against Green Bay, he had 2 punts for 77 yards, 38.5 was his average. And against New England in the Super Bowl, 6 punts for 282 yards, 47 was his average. So, not bad numbers. And again, you're looking at a guy in Matt Bosher that had 21 kicks in the 20, punts, should I say, and his average was 10 yards that the receiver got a return from. So, overall, not a bad punter. So, number 6, Thomas Morstead, age 31. So, you know Thomas Morstead. Pretty much he's been in New Orleans since 2009, hasn't left. And I think New Orleans has really been happy with him. 5th rounder from the 2009 draft. Like I said, pretty big dude. Won a Super Bowl with the Saints in 2009, of course. And you're looking at this year, he played in all 16 games. He's pretty much played every game in his career. 57 punts for 2,751 yards. 66 is long, and an average punt of 48.3. They didn't make the playoffs. That's an unfortunate thing. They really did not make the playoffs since 2013, actually. Pro Bowl hasn't been placed in 5 years, so it's kind of disappointing. But Thomas Morstead should still have credit of being a pretty good punter, as he did have 22 punts in the 20 and an average return of 8.2 on his punts. So, not bad at all. Number 5, Shane Lechler, age 41. So, overall, Shane Lechler, Hall of Famer, for damn sure. He's a Hall of Famer. Really has just been in this league consistently, has just been one of the best punters in the game. At one point, the best punter. Has dropped a bit, age again, but he is a future Hall of Famer because of his resume of what he's done. Pretty much a lot of his time was in Oakland, but the past 4 years he's back home in Texas, so that's pretty great to see. And his contract is 1 year, $2 million. So will he retire after this year? I don't know. We will have to see on that for sure. Time will tell with that. But definitely would love to see Shane win one in terms of a Super Bowl. Anyway, let's look at this. So, he played all 16 games. He pretty much hasn't missed many games at all in his career. 72 punts, 3,423 yards, 62 is long, and an average punt of 47.5. So, overall, not bad. Really not bad. And, I mean, in the playoffs, as you can see, this past year, 9 punts, 414 yards, 46 is average. And then against New England, 8 punts, 341 yards, 42.63 is average. So, not bad, like I said. And, I mean, there's really not much to really go from right now. Hasn't been in the Pro Bowl for a while. His awards, you're looking at a first-team All-2000s team, which is great, or a 2000 NFL rookie team. But overall, his Pro Bowls, his All-Pros, were it's been a while. But overall, you're looking at 30 punts in the 20 and an average of 9.9 for his punts, so on his return. So overall, great Hall of Famer, of course. Number 4, Dustin Colquitt, age 35, brother of Britton Colquitt. The Colquitt brothers definitely on this list because they've both been great punters in the league. Great job overall. Again, Britton is the pretty much the youngest one. Dustin is the older one, but Dustin, pretty great career. I could see definitely him in the Hall of Fame. I really can. I think he's done a pretty great job out in Kansas City. I know Kansas City will always remember him for sure. But yeah, no, he's been great. Third round pick in the 05 draft, and pretty much his contract status, I believe, as of right now, stands as stands at 1 year, $3.75 million. So I got the brothers actually mixed up, because Britton will be 4 years, $11.2 million then, because of his new sign-in with the Cleveland Browns. So Dustin has 1 more year, so we'll see how that goes. And Dustin, he had 16 games he played. He had 76 punts for 3,427 yards, 64 is long, and 45 was his average punt. Pretty much. Also, he had 38 in the 20, and his average punt return yard was 5.2. So, like I said, he got it done. He got that done. And in the one game that they were in, the Kansas City Chiefs were in, he had 4 punts, 183 yards for a average of 45.75 yards. So, not bad for sure. Made the Pro Bowl this year, so that's pretty great. And yeah, like I said, he's been a pretty great punter. And I'm sure he can definitely be a Hall of Famer if he continues the way he goes. So, number 3, Sam Martin, age 27, the Detroit Lions kicker. So we have another Detroit Lion on the list in terms of the countdown. I believe the only person other than Sam Martin was Matt Stafford. I'm not sure. I need to look at it. Overall, after all this, I will tally up how many players have each team, and I will let you guys know. That way the fans out there of every NFL team will understand how many you guys got that I got on the list. Disagree or agree, you guys can definitely, like if you think the Lions running back, which I can't remember names right now. I'm really fading in black right now. If you think that he deserves to be on this list, like you can be like shouting out to him. You could be like, oh, Golden Tate actually should be on this list. He's had a great year. He's been pretty great for the Lions. Come on, what are you doing? So you could have the ability to debate on that. That's why I'm going to put the list of how many players, of how many teams are on it. So, and that could definitely change drastically because of free agency, pretty much. So, anyway, so Sam Martin, as of right now, he's on the injured reserve with an ankle injury, but 27, has been in Detroit for about 4 years now. And Martin's contract, 4 years, $13.6 million. So really, really not bad at all. You're looking at 16 games he played. He had 62 punts for 3,010 punt yards. 63 is long and an average punt of 48.5. As well as Sam Martin actually had 23 in the 20. And his average punt yard return was 6 yards. So overall, not bad. Nope, they didn't get to the playoffs. So you really can't, honestly, you can't look at that. Any of that stats. Didn't make the Pro Bowl, wasn't an All-Pro. So it's kind of unfortunate. But, yeah, this man did put on some pretty good numbers. So he's going to now launch into the top 3. So, I think I'm dehydrated, guys. The way I talk, sometimes I try to make sure I could do this as fast as I can. But my voice gets super jumbled, super scrambled, yeah, pretty much I'm a guy lost with words, can't pronounce them right, and loses track of his tongue because his tongue is just too damn dry to talk, so gotta drink some water. Anyway, back to this countdown. You're looking at Marquette King at number 2, 4 years, $13.2 million left on his contract, so not bad. And he's also just a fun guy to see on camera. He has fun. Again, when you're a punter, life isn't, it's not too demanding, I guess you could say. It is demanding because they demand you to punt, but like other than that, you know, he kind of has a basis of, well, we're bored, we don't really do much, we're special teams, we're not going to do much. So what does he do? Well, he just loves the fact of pretty much, you know what, I'm just going to have fun. And he does. He has a grand old time. And that's what I love about him, is his personality as a punter. And I think punters should start doing that more, just because, like, personality is there. Like, they get overlooked. Everything gets overlooked on the special teams, which is sad to see. Anyway, Marquette King, 16 games he played. He's been all of them with Oakland. 81 punts this year, 3,937 punt yards, 72 was his long. Average punt of 48.6. And you're looking at Marquette King. He had 34 punts in the 20, as well as his average punt return average was 12.3. So overall, overall didn't do too bad. 10 punts in the wild card game for 457 yards and an average punt of 45.7. And unfortunately, no Pro Bowl, nothing like that. I feel like he got kind of snubbed out of that. So it's kind of sad to not see him in there. But it's Marquette King. He's still a big face of the game. I know that people in Oakland love him. And yeah, just got to keep doing his thing. Number 1, Johnny Hekker, age 27. So Johnny Hekker, a man that really has been doing pretty great out there in LA. As a Ram, they're going to need him to punt a lot because of pretty much their past. St. Louis hasn't been a great team, so of course they're going to need him to punt. And just his consistency of play has made him the best punter in the game, I would say. Just overall, how he's just he's got a leg, man. He can just boot it out there, and just the fact that he's just had really high numbers, and just everything has been pretty, it's been pretty great for him. I would definitely say he is on this list, and he could be on his way to Canton if he keeps it up. So Johnny Hekker, 16 games he played. He had 98 punts, 4,680 punt yards, 78 is long, and an average punt of 47.8. You're also looking at a guy that had 51 punts in the 20 and an average of 4.3 with the return of his punts. So that's really good. And he's a Pro Bowler. He's also a first-team All-Pro. So overall, yeah, he's had a great year. And he's in a division where, he just defense is kicking, but he doesn't really get blocked at all. He's just, like I said, he's a competitive guy for a punter. He really is. He really is a competitive guy, and it's good to see. It was really fun for me to do this punter list. It really was, because it was the easiest thing ever, so I don't really have to debate that much. Did I put them in order because of the stats? Not really. I just saw the consistency play. That's how I ordered them. That's literally all I can tell you right now. That's literally all I can tell you. Hekker, 4 years, $12 million left in his contract. So, yeah, let's go punters. Come on. Start looking at them a little more. Respect the game, I guess. Keep getting at it. Kickers, last position for me to cover.